Welcome to the Bleep Bulimia podcast with guest Angela Beyer, not your typical health coach and personal trainer. Hello, everyone. I am Lorianne. I am the host of Bleep Bulimia, and I have with me Angela, and she is not just yours. She says she's a health coach and personal trainer, but she's not just that. Trust me, you're going to hear from her story. This is absolutely wonderful. We had a great podcast talk, and I'm looking forward to going ahead with this. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me and having me. I'm very excited to be here.
So, okay, health coach and personal trainer, but like I said, a lot more. Please tell us more about you.
Yeah, well, how did I end up being a personal trainer and health coach? Very different story. I grew up in Germany, very conservative, traditional household. And I remember when I finished school and went to college, my dad actually told me I had three options. I can either be a teacher, a nurse, or a secretary, because that's what women did back in the day. So you can now imagine how old I am. But this was just this, okay, you get put in those boxes and that's what you do. And I didn't even question it at the time, but I chose to be a banker. So I went to college, got a finance degree. I'm a number person. I'm very good with numbers, and numbers are the numbers. They don't lie. So that's where I'm coming from. What happened though, I was always athletic. And when you go to college, you gain the weight and then you start comparing. And well, the social environment doesn't help. What you see on TV, social media, yada, yada. So I was very unhappy how I looked. And of course, I got in a relationship, and there was a lot of pressure to always be presentable, to look good. And when I started, at my job in the bank, again, I was very ambitious, a lot of pressure, overworking. And then I started to like, okay, I have to get this weight in check. I can't look like this. I thought being loved, accepted, or successful dependent on how I looked. So I started doing all kinds of diets, whatever I got my hands on. Trust me, if it's fat-free diet, keto diet, paleo diet, whatever 3-day cabbage soup diet was out there, I mean, I did it just to lose weight. And what I didn't realize after a while, I started to actually develop an eating disorder. I was controlling my food way too much. And I actually disconnected. I was so focused on the scale, I didn't even look into the mirror anymore how my body was. I was just like, oh, I have to be at this certain weight. It has to be that certain way. I was consumed with the weight loss, and I started over exercising. It was a bad combination until I ended up in the hospital.
Oh.
I had a complete breakdown, health issues. And I remember actually in the hospital, they didn't let me step on the scale because they saw what was going on. And I took a break.
That must have caused you anxiety.
Oh, I was very stressed, very stressed. And the funny thing is too, at the time, food was my enemy. I did not have a good relationship with food. And on the other side, I was always having food conversations or food thoughts. Okay, when can I eat next? When can I eat next? What is the next thing I'm gonna have? Maybe if I have just a little bit of this, and then I won't eat all day. And it was just a very bad relationship with food. And of course, you don't feel good. And the emotional part of it almost consumed me completely, not being able to hold it together. Like I had then times where, of course, if you're malnourished, the body wants food at one point. When you're out of balance, you can't stop. You can't have, like, I don't care how strong your willpower is. At one point, it's done. You're going to eat. Yeah, you're going to eat. And of course, then you overeat and then you have very bad, I mean, that's what I was doing. I had very bad self-talk. I would never talk to a friend like this, how I talk to myself. I was, I think, the harshest, meanest person to myself, um, beating myself up. And
And
yeah,
I will just, and I hate to interrupt, but I will forget this. I don't, there was something that I read somewhere and it's so true. Uh, you are the person that you speak, and I've done this, I said this on my other podcast, but I just love it. You're the person that you speak to yourself the most. Be kind. And you do,
yes,
because your mind is constantly talking to yourself. You're the one who's saying, oh, you idiot. Oh, how
mhm,
did you drop that? What are you thinking? And yet,
yeah,
where's that coming from? It could be coming from your upbringing, or it could just be coming because you are so a perfectionist that you're going to do it to yourself, whether or not your parents did it to you. It comes from you inside, right?
yes. What happened to me, to be honest with you, I did not like myself. I didn't love
Right.
myself. And that's where the negative self-talk came from. And I mean, like I said, it was really harsh. Why can I not keep the diet? Why do I struggle so much?
Mm-hmm,
I am the one who cannot lose the weight.
mm-hmm.
Why am I always the one who doesn't look like all the others look in the magazines and stuff like I mean, it's the weirdest conversations. And yeah, when I hit that roadblock, I said, I gotta stop this. This is complete craziness. Can't continue like that. And what I did, I actually went back to school and became a nutritionist. I didn't hire a nutrition coach. I decided I want to learn it. I want to understand it. I need to fix this. I can't live like this. Like there has to be a solution where I can enjoy food freedom. I want food freedom. I don't want this battle every day. So I did that. Mhm.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, because food is not our enemy. We
no,
make it our enemy. Social media
absolutely.
makes it our enemy. The press makes our enemy. The way that you're supposed to look makes our enemy. Our
Mhm.
food is sitting there going, we love you. You're abusing us. We're not abusing you, right? I mean,
And then,
if food could talk, it would be saying that. You're
oh yeah,
abusing us. We're not abusing you. You're the one who's choosing to do
and
this,
you know
right?
what interest? Absolutely, yes. And what I
Uh,
think is also very important in that regard is like we're talking about real food.
yeah.
If you want to be a real person, eat real food. And if you eat highly processed um, junk food, that's what you're going to become. Like this is the building blocks for your body. You cannot abuse your body with that. And then you're struggling, of course, with sugar addiction, with cravings, with like uncontrollable binge eating because it's addictive food and we get programmed. This is not what we should have. This is not food. This is
Yeah.
literally like toxic. Like you don't want to have it in your body. And this is another big thing, what is happening. You get like this. I remember back in the days, oh my God, the 100-calorie packs. Oh yeah, 100 calories. So if I eat like 5 of those per day, I have to lose weight. It's all garbage. It's
Yeah,
not food. Oh my God, when I think about what I eat right now, like the amounts and all, but it's whole food. It's real food and I have no problems. You know what I'm saying? It changed a lot.
totally.
So
It's,
yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting again. I sit there and I look at, I do have my chocolate now and again. I do not let myself not have anything.
Yeah.
Not a big pizza fan, but if at work they're having pizza, I do. It's social, right? Social eating. I do that. I do engage in that, but not something I would order myself. But if I had to choose between a chocolate or a banana, I would take the banana
Mhm, mhm.
because I know it's got the nutrients, because I know it's going to fill me, because I know I like it. And
Yep.
so, and it's sweet. And so I think that
And
way now in
yeah,
my
very good.
mental.
Mhm. This is another big part. You have to do a diet what you enjoy and like. And
Yes.
when you clean your diet up and you change, like your whole mindset changes, your brain heals, and those cravings, those voices, I say, they go away. Those conversations,
They
they
do.
really, they do. I have like so much peace around food, and I don't have any food conversations anymore in between. Like when I think about it, how much time I wasted by having food thoughts, incredible. It's, I mean, yeah, unmaintainable, like just that, like always this, craziness around food. So anyway, yeah, I became like, I got my nutrition degree, and then I got started in bodybuilding. I wanted to, because of my eating disorder, I lost all my muscle. I was just a skinny fat person. I was just skinny fat. Um,
Oh,
no
stop it.
shape.
I'm kidding. I'm making a joke because I do have some muscle left from my workouts, but
Oh yeah, you have some guts here.
kind of going away. So I'd like to rebuild it, but I get that. Sometimes I call myself, yes, I understand what you call yourself, the skinny fat person, because you don't have the muscle. And
Right.
muscle is important for women, particularly because osteoporosis and everything, that
Correct.
is really important in our, like my age group being 61.
Yeah.
Muscle is, yeah.
I mean, this is one of my main focuses now when I train women. I'm not talking about being a bodybuilder. I'm talking about creating healthy muscle tissue, because healthy muscle tissue fixes your metabolism. That's the active tissue, what actually needs energy. So if you eat, that's where the energy goes. It goes into your muscle. The harsher the diet is, and the less protein you eat, and the more muscle you destroy in that process, the more yo-yo effect you will have, the more struggles you will have if you want to have a normal eating routine, because the muscle is not there anymore. You destroyed it. And the
Yeah.
muscle is a communicator with all the processes in the body. The muscle determines, like I said, your metabolism. So let's say you eat carbs as energy, and you
Mhm.
have no muscle or broken structure of muscle because of all the crazy diets you did. The structure of your muscle is unhealthy. It's not a good quality muscle. So you eat the food, and it turns into sugar in your bloodstream, correct? It's glucose by the end of the day.
Yeah.
So the pancreas gets the signal, hey, I need to make insulin to get the sugar out of the bloodstream. The insulin is the key, what opens up the muscle cell or every cell. So the insulin opens the door so the sugar can get out of the bloodstream. Now, if the muscle is not healthy, the key doesn't work. It just hits the door and it doesn't open. So you continue with the high blood sugar, and it goes back to the liver. It spills over in the liver, and then you build up the visceral fat, the fat in the organ fat, and that's the very dangerous, unhealthy fat. So here is the problem. Now, when you want to change your diet and have a little bit more flexibility with your food, the healthier your muscle tissue is, the easier it is. The body is so adaptable, and you need the carbs and the fat to actually function. Same thing with hormone balance. If the muscle is healthy, it it balances your sex hormones, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, all that what we're dealing with. If we are getting in premenopause, menopause, this is all the stuff what is way more like how can a smooth sailing if the muscle tissue is healthy. Same thing with your brain, cognitive function, and also willpower. You just have a different willpower. When the muscle is strong, your brain is strong. It works together. You just said the bones. You can only have strong bones if you have to carry muscle. If there is no healthy muscle tissue, why would the body say, oh, I have to build strong bones? If you're just sitting around and not using the muscle, the bones won't be there either. So that is a key ingredient.
They're protected by the muscles.
Correct.
Right?
But
Yeah.
you need
That's
some
why
muscle if you don't have.
osteoporosis. That's why they say
Yep.
if you work out, and you don't have to do, like you said, you don't have to do major workouts. I did tell you, I cut down I haven't done it in a while, like I work full time and everything, but I do walk the steps, I do 10,000 steps a day and stuff, but it's up here that I don't work out. But my legs are good, but it doesn't take much. I was doing, so I have a picture of me at 48 and 56. And so at 56, within 6 months of doing 20 minutes,
Mhm.
4 times a day, 20 minutes, 4 times a day of just 5 minutes, I did 5 minutes of that. And then I did my little weights and stuff. I couldn't believe the difference in the picture, like my stomach and everything and my muscles and everything. And that was just like 20 to 30 minutes a day.
Yes.
4 times a week. Sorry, it was 4 times a week. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I say. 20 minutes, 4 times a week is actually plenty. Yeah.
It's
Mhm. That's
amazing.
all you need.
Yeah.
That's all
So
you need. Yep.
that's all you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
And
don't need heavy weights or anything. You can do, I saw one of your Instagram videos, which we're gonna share with our listeners where to find you. But where I know that the one that you were going up and down with your arm, it wasn't like, a 30-pound thing. You don't need to be that. But
no.
look at and some people toning is really important
Mhm.
versus becoming more muscular. So
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not talking about bodybuilding. I'm talking about creating some resistance. So you want to
and
create a flux and have
aesthetic.
healthy muscle tissue. And what
Yeah.
happens is the body just gets aesthetically like just in the right shape.
Yes.
And again,
I
you
agree.
achieve the goal of having food freedom. The body is so much more flexible, so you can enjoy your food. And of course, we have like, the holidays or a birthday or hanging out with, and maybe it is not the perfect meal, but the body knows how to handle it because you are metabolically flexible. And this, again, gives you that peace of mind, knowing that you are going to be okay and you don't have to beat yourself up. That's like the emotional side of it, what is just fun to see and watch, and experience, to be honest. And it's creating this lifestyle. It's a lifestyle where you have some structure, where you have some routines. And by being in that structured or creating habits, by having that on hand, that gives you the more freedom. It sounds opposite, but it's actually not. Like the more habits you create, and it's just a thing like getting up and brushing your teeth. You're just doing a little workout in the morning and unemotional. That's just what you do in the morning. The easier it will be. And then life is not that serious.
It's true. And I really absolutely love that. And then we're talking, when we say diet, okay, so we were talking about diets and then diet. And those are two different things. Like, yes,
Mhm.
my diet would consist of, I like healthy stuff, but I'm not on a diet, right?
Well,
And
diet
people have
is
to understand that there's diet means what you eat. And then there's
correct.
the diets. And I am not on a diet. I will never ever be on a diet ever again in my life because it destroyed me for 30 years trying all those diets.
Yeah.
Now I am, like I told you, instead of a chocolate, I prefer a banana. But it's just where I came to, as you speak so eloquently about it, is um is having a relationship with your food, and it's what it comes to, and
Yeah.
understand. If I crave a chocolate, I'm not going to say no to it. I'll have it, but it's not my preference of
Yeah. I think it's also where you add at that moment, I have clients, they truly, at that moment, they're not ready for the chocolate yet. So with diet, I talk about having a plan. And first, I want to create a safe environment where you actually know what you're doing. I want you to learn what are the right portions. How do I prepare my day? And I do it very simple, very easy, and it's protein forward. So I make sure that you have always the building blocks to heal and recover first. And when I start out with clients who have major eating problems, I actually let them write down what they're going to eat the next day.
Oh.
So we're not writing down what we had that day. We are not winging it. We write down what we're going to do tomorrow. So when tomorrow comes, you have no anxiety, no pressure, no panic attacks. What's going to happen? You know exactly what you're going to do for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's prepared in your refrigerator. And that gives you a little bit of security and peace of mind. And we want to create this as a little habit. And you know, you're on the safe side. So this is what I'm doing. This is my food. And it's more learning the portion sizes and what kind of foods. So at the beginning, I don't put any food in what could trigger. So no trigger foods.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that. Yeah,
yeah, it got to be a little bit.
at the beginning, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, the healing process is different with everybody. And you have to have a good support group, what is very, very important, because when you get to your moments, you have to have a phone number you can call or a group where you can just, like a Facebook group, just write, hey, this is going on. The support is in that moment major. And just sometimes pausing and giving gratitude for what life has given you and be grateful helps. But like I said, the support is major in that stage. And then depending on how your healing is, you can put foods back in and they don't trigger anymore. Everybody's different. And like I said, you have to see what works for you. And I'm more a guide and I help you to dance through the diet and find the right food plan for you. But that's where it is. And the peace and happiness follows. Like it all goes together, and it takes sometimes time. And what is also interesting, I explain a plan from A to B, straight line. That's how we talk. We do it right now. We talk about this is how we do it. Sounds very easy. And trust me, it's not that easy. And that's okay. We will have detours. We will have stop signs that it will go up and down, and that's okay. And the only thing is you just start over the next day. You just start again. It's okay. Just be gentle again to yourself. And if one day is not perfect, it's okay. We start tomorrow again and we keep going. And that's all it matters at that moment, you know?
That's beautiful. I am in agreement with everything you say. There was one thing too that I was going to bring up too is along with portions is speed of eating. And one of the
Oh,
biggest things
major.
that really, really helped me slow down, chew, enjoy it, love it. And within 20 minutes, you're going to know you're full anyway, and you won't want anymore. And you'll be able to stop when you're full. It took me forever, didn't take me forever, but it took me to want to learn that, to do that.
That's such an important point. Thank you for bringing that up. Most of the time, we are always in a rush. We are
Right.
always stressed. So what happens is we are always in a fight or flight mode. if we are in a fight or flight mode, actually the blood supply goes to your arms and legs, to the muscle, not to your digestion. So when you eat, it literally hits it and there are no digestive juices going. So there's nothing going on. The food sits way too long in your system and you get issues. And either you never feel full, you keep just going and going and going because there is no digestion going on, or you have just problems being constipated, or it goes right through you. Or so having a take your time, schedule your meal time, so majorly important. And then enjoy your food. Like you said, if you're present in the moment and you enjoy your meal, you're not in a stressed mood, your breathing is differently, and then actually your digestion is going. Yeah, huge. Makes a big difference.
I wish I could teach my dog that. Okay, so I have two dogs. One of them, he eats and he eats really slowly. He's so cute. Like they're 14 and 13, but Bing Bing forever. Like she just swallows her food. Now look, chew your food, chew your food. But dogs don't understand. Chew your food. Take
Oh,
your
that is
time.
so cute. Yeah.
And in all fairness, Rolly is a proper weight and Bing Bing is overweight because Bing Bing is always, she's not taking her time. And I know that. That's why I chop her food up into tiny little particles in order for her to, because she doesn't chew in order to, her digestive system to put it through. Whereas Rolly, it's okay because he chews. But with her, I have to almost make it into baby food so I know that she can stay a certain, she lost 10 pounds, but she's just like, Mom, stop giving her treats.
Oh my God. Yeah, but see? Yeah, good example. There you have it. Yep.
So it is, I think, is in any animal, if you watch even there's different metabolisms, but literally, we're known, and I remember reading about that, our saliva also helps with the digestive system, right?
Yes.
With chewing.
Yep.
So if you don't take enough time to chew your food and you swallow your food like my dog does, I'm not saying that people are dogs, but my dog does that. So her saliva is not letting her metabolize her food as easily as my other dog because
Right.
he actually takes his time. And I know I'm bringing up dogs, but seriously, I know the difference between the two. I don't know enough people to be able to compare it to.
No, it does make a difference, and you
It
shouldn't be.
does, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, also, if you have a little bit more protein in your diet or the
Yeah.
right amount of protein in your diet, you feel satiety faster. And so
Yes.
you feel full faster
Yes.
with protein. So eat your protein always first, always,
Oh,
always, always. And then the carbs and fats. Yeah, it will help you just to feel fuller faster. And
okay.
what is interesting too, protein, for example, has a thermogenic effect, meaning to break down protein, it is it's very difficult for the body. So you actually burn calories just by digesting protein. Carbs as well. Fat is very easy to digest, and there is no thermogenic effect. So it's just a little side note or an interesting fun fact how it works with the digestion. But yeah, so always protein first.
Oh, that's really interesting. What if you do all three together? I'm really into this thing. Like I love ciabatta bread, so I have like my avocado, my chicken, my lettuce, a little bit of mayo, and my ciabatta. I mean, it's not a big one, but I eat them
Yeah,
all together. But you know what? After that, I'm full. It's
yeah,
weird, but maybe the chicken.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. No, it's fine. So here we are. This is a good example. This is how, like, I just said something, and here you have a different example, and it works for you. Here we
Yeah,
go. Yeah, go for it. If you like it that way and you feel happy and full, you have enough protein with the chicken, you're fine. It's actually a great meal. Yeah,
perfect.
great
Oh,
option.
this is so it's so incredible and just beautiful. Okay, listeners, I know, like I'm viewing her. If you want to see her, she's gonna be on YouTube. She is so fit. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, the muscles on her, like, I'm envious. I never get jealous. I get envious. But I know if I wanted to, I would never get to that because I did work out when even when I was younger. And wow, you are really like, I know that everyone's got a sport. Everyone does different sports, right? So,
Yeah.
me, it's rollerblading, so my legs have more, but you are really seriously in great shape. I'm amazed.
Oh, thank you.
And I know that that is your sport. And congratulations, because I know, give us like, you did win.
Yeah. Well, this
Please
is
share, like, that's really cool. Like, you went from an eating disorder to, and I'm not telling my listeners you have to go with this, but this
no.
is a success story. Here, go ahead,
Yeah,
go,
I would love to share it. So, yeah,
please.
struggling through all this, again, I repeated my patterns and I couldn't get out of this eating cycle. And again, my relationship wasn't the best, stressed at work. I gained a lot of weight. I lost a lot of weight. And I said, okay, again, we need to stop the craziness. So I quit my job. I broke up with my boyfriend and I decided to move to the United States to learn English. I wanted to take a break for 3 months. I went to a school, English as a second language, and that's what I wanted to do, just to clear my head, to be honest with you. That's what I did, and I fell in love with the country, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to stay. So what did I do? I drove down a bank and asked for an internship, and they said yes. So I had an internship in a bank doing work what I was okay with, but not authentically in love with. This was not my path. I wasn't authentic. But anyway, I did this and I was able to stay 18 more months. And then I said to the immigration lawyer, so how do I get a work visa now that I have an internship visa? And she said, well, as a banker, you can't. You have no special skills. You have to go back. There's so many bankers in the United States. That's the end of the road. And I said, well, what do you mean no special skills? Like what special skills? And she said, well, if you have special skills, you're able to get a green card. I'm like, well, I can lift things up and put them down really well. Like I'm really good in bodybuilding. And she's like, okay, if you can win a world champion title for the United States, then you get a green card. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God, that's exciting.
Yep, that was something else. So I said, okay, you better get your stuff together. I got my old, I always like to write down my food plans, like what I did and how my body changed, because I'm interested in how to sculpture, how to create, and how to fix things. So I was like, just pulled them out. I started working out very seriously and I took it day by day. I'm like, I just do my best today and I keep going, going, going. So I got ready for Miss Florida. I competed in Miss Florida in natural bodybuilding. It was Miss Physique and I won Miss Florida. So I got qualified for Team USA and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in such a flow. I keep going. So I have to say that was like one of the best times. I was at peace. I was rocking and rolling and I competed at the Miss USA. I won Miss USA, got qualified for Miss Universe. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay, now I got my green card. I owed the United States to do my best and show them what I'm made out of. So I kept prepping and I competed at the Miss Universe, which was a huge show in Los Angeles. We competed in an old theater. It was a pretty nice setup. I was wearing my American flag bikini in the finals, which was exciting. And yeah, I remember when they announced the fifth place, fourth place, third place, second place. You can actually see me checking my number, and I'm like, oh my God, I
yeah.
just won Miss Universe. I just, I couldn't believe it. Yes, I won Miss Universe.
Gosh.
And actually, that moment, everybody asked me, was that the happiest moment in your life? To be honest, no. I felt relieved. I felt relieved. That's how I
Yeah.
felt. And so I was able to stay in the United States. I started out with a personal training license, started personal training. You can imagine a lot of clients. Then I added on health coaching. Last year I added on hormone health for women. So I always keep educating myself, but being in my, how can I say, being authentic and doing the thing I'm meant to be, supported me in my health journey as well. And I'm so excited to actually share this and help other women. And if somebody works with me, they always have my full support because I know how it feels and I know the pain. And yeah, since then I'm actually rocking and rolling and I enjoy my food freedom and my workouts and yeah, I love
love
it.
the food freedom. You had me in tears there. Okay, that's a beautiful story.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah.
Like I get that too. I didn't do it in the same way as you, but I worked my way up through a volunteer organization, and it was very male oriented, and they wanted me out, and I was refusing to, and I made it to the end. But at the end of that year, it was like, how do you feel? Relieved.
Isn't that
It's
something? Yeah.
it really is. It's a fight to get there. I mean, it's worthwhile to get there. But once you finish, and I wondered, why did I do this? Well, I remember my parents moving me when I was 16, and I was a cheerleader, and I could have become the captain the next year, but it didn't finish. So there was that unfinished business all the time for me, and this I was going to finish no matter what. And like you said, at the end, it was like, how do you feel? I mean, great, I accomplished something, but relieved it's over,
Yeah. Isn't
right?
that something? Yeah.
And you go, so why did I go through all of that? Like, 'cause it was like stressful as all heck,
Yeah, I know.
but we
But
did
it's
it.
your feeling. And you know, it also is, and this is what I uh, say all the time, life is hard. Just acknowledge that life is hard. Just pick your heart. Is it hard to work out and have your clean food plan, stay on track? Or is it hard to be either fighting or battling and trying another diet and trying to fit into this and trying to like be everybody's darling and trying to, you know, look a certain way. And you know what I'm saying? Pick your heart. And I chose this way. And it's not always easy. I don't say it's easy, but I enjoy my hard day. That's what I
Yeah.
chose, you know, and pick your heart.
Pick the point that you said you enjoy your hard day, enjoy what you do. It's
Yes.
exactly I've come to. I enjoy my hardest days. Uh, I love my job. I love being home with my mom, my dogs, but you still have to cut the grass. You still have to do the gardening. You still
Exactly.
have to do the laundry. You still have to do,
Yep.
but in the scope of it, if you're in your content zone, any of that hard is really a content hardness, I guess, is
Yes.
what I would say, right?
Very
Content
good.
hardness.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna use that content hardness.
Mhm.
Um,
I love
and
that.
there's good days and bad days. You are just absolutely fascinating. And like I said to my listeners, if you really want to see, like, you are so incredibly motivational to me. I've been thinking about this,
Okay.
but not to be as fit as you are, because you are incredibly beautifully fit, but to, take the time to start to tone up and to make sure that,
Yeah.
I mean, I am 61. Osteoporosis is a little bit, I'm minor on it, but my mother has it, but she's minor too. But nevertheless, muscles help with that.
Absolutely.
Um, Having a relationship with your food, these are things my listeners need to hear about, and I really hope that they can connect with you. Anyone who is connected with this conversation, please contact Angela, and please let us know where we can find you.
At well, houseofshape.com. That's the name of my company, because you're always welcome in my house and we create the shape you want to have. And on Instagram, Health Coach Angela.
Perfect. And just to understand, because we were talking about this too, Angela and I earlier, that I know that a lot of people or listeners are afraid of quitting their bulimia, whether it be in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, because it goes on. That's why I called it midlife bulimia. Um, Gaining weight, it's like I've been 13 years free of bulimia and I stay at the same weight. If you need a coach that you feel that you need to uh, make you feel confident that that is a doable thing, I know Angela is very capable of doing that. We also have some other people on the podcast, but Angela today has really spoken to that. You really can take food and it become not an enemy, which it never is. We're the one who makes it, but
Yep.
make it your friend. And also to the routines are important. And yes, I will agree, at the beginning of mine, you brought that up, but we didn't talk about it. I'm sure that you were speaking to it, is emotions too. Having to deal with emotions when you give up your eating disorder, having to deal with so you don't use food as your emotions and you use
Mhm.
healthy other ways to do it.
I like the tool of a journal. Like I have different journals available. One is a 6-month program you can do at
Okay.
home, and it helps you to work through trauma, helps you to improve your self-care, to learn about yourself, fix problems, be your authentic self, your higher self. Yes, I love to work on that always. Like this is one of the major things what need to be addressed.
Beautiful. And you will address that when people speak to you, you will provide
Mhm.
them to where to find those. Are those available anywhere else? Like, are they just when you're
No,
working
they're
in
in my program. Yes. Yeah.
they're in your programs on the houseofshape.com?
Yeah. That's
Beautiful.
right. Yep.
Oh my goodness, this has been beautiful. I really appreciate you. I will definitely have to have you back on again because I think that what you talk about is amazing. And maybe in 6 months from now, I will have done my 20 minutes, 4 times a day, and they come back on and go, look, here's my before and after picture, and you're the one who motivated me to do it.
Oh,
Did it.
yes.
And people seriously believe it. At 48, I was in worse shape than at 56.
Mhm.
And at 61, I'm not far from my 56, but my muscle has gone down because if you don't work it out, it will go. But once you do, here's another thing that muscle has memory
Yep.
and it
It comes
comes back a
back.
lot faster
Yes.
once you keep doing it. So
Yep. Absolutely. Never too late to start.
never. There was a 7-year-old who, by the time she was 80, she was competing in a bodybuilding, like a toning thing. And I thought, you know what? Good on you. And I said that to my mom. I said, you're never too late. You're 89. You can still do it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. My oldest client is
Yeah.
92.
I think it really is one of the only sports, seriously, except for maybe golf or something. But seriously, there's no age limit.
No.
And even if you have some pains and aches, there are limiting, I know, things, but you can still work
Yeah, and you
through.
can work around it, you know?
You
I mean,
can,
there's
definitely.
always a solution. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you again so much. Really appreciate you being here with me. And like I said, I'd love to have you back again. Thank you so much for joining us today, Angela.
Oh, thank you for having me. My pleasure.
Take care. Thank you for listening to this episode. Be sure to visit me at bleepbulimia.com.